Hello, survivors, and welcome to another Silly Saturday. In today's video, we are going to be playing one of the best meme builds. That's one of two, the other one we'll speak about a bit later. But for the video, we are running Singular Focus, Multicast Mastery, Unconventional Start, Skill Inclination Fire, and Skill Affinity Fire. Our 6 skills are going to be Fiery Blade, so let's get straight into the video. So this is the build, everyone. We have ourselves 6 Fiery Blades. We spoke about the runes earlier. Now the one thing is that we can still work on our crits because it is an overlord cycle build, because it's just ridiculously strong. Although a meme build, still super strong. We still need a movement speed, crit chance, and then there's still 1 or 2 passives that we need. Hopefully we can get them, some of them being exposed weakness, very good passive for Fiery Blades. The way that the Fiery Blades themselves work is that they deal more damage based on the amount of stacks of burn or melt. So we are stacking all the spontaneous combustions we see, and because we also do want to go into Overlord, you will take blocks and all of that when you can. We do also want some magnetic so that we keep up with the XP curve. As you can see, we although it doesn't say it over here that you earn less XP, we do actually get less XP as we go through the portals to the more cycles. So we do have to try and keep up with that curve as well if you do want to go further into the Overlord cycles. But we're not doing that, we're only just doing cycle 1 for your entertainment. Again, Fiery Blades, you do want to look for the legendaries. The runes, you can change them up a little bit. We did go for the, Skill Inclination Fire and Skill Affinity Fire, just to make sure that we could get them a lot quicker. But because it is a weapon that the Spellblade does get, you don't have to go for them. You can actually grab yourself Unconventional Start, make sure you do get them, and then also go Adaptive Empowerment if you do want to use his passive. We're not running his passive, we just want to run the swords and see how well they do. But we, as you can see, do super well. It's very much run past an enemy and then forget that they're there, because you're just going to deal so much damage to them. We do grab 1 Touch of Ice. We also grab 1 Doom, just so that we can get Impending Doom and Hypothermia. Very strong. We actually get ourselves a 2nd Impending Doom. Desperation's also very good here, because the burn means more stacks, which means more damage for the Fiery Blades. So we will grab that as well. And then we're going to grab there. And we can grab the armor, just pretend like we were going to do something towards the higher overlords. So that would be something I grab. Health, armor now, and then things that pertain to survivability, because we don't have the skills like Center Blood or Shield Wall or anything like that to keep us alive for longer. So you do have to try and grab them as often as possible. So again, like here, grab the armor. Crit's good. We don't need fragility or bleed, so we go for the damage. If you had rerolls left, you could have rerolled there, because everything there was a bit meh. Not really that necessary. I also did banish the duration and cast frequency on the actual Fiery Blades, so that we don't get those. We only get damage for our summons and damage for fire, magical, and things like that. We don't need separate passives for each and every Fiery Blade, so we actually banish those. We could banish things, Leviathan, very good to banish, but then we don't banish the blocks and armors, because they are fantastic to grab as well. So there, spontaneous combustions being the priority again, because again, the way that the negative effects work is it doesn't necessarily increase the damage, although it does, because you create more stacks on enemies. But what it does is makes it so that every time you do apply the burn, it will be more stacks based on how many of them you have. And then that just means that they also, each one of these will apply that amount of stacks per hit, and that's if it's not a multicast. And then it will also then just deal more damage, because they deal more damage based on how many burn stacks there are. So what happens with the damage calculations is it first applies the burn and then it applies the damage afterwards. So really, really cool to do it that way, and really, really strong as well. With regards to the actual fire, as you can see, we already have 12 stacks of spontaneous combustion. That means that every time we apply a burn, we are going to be applying 12 stacks, and that is 12 stacks per hit. So 1, getting yourself multicast, fantastic. 2, getting yourself all of those stacks on spontaneous combustion just means that after their first hit, they are going to be dealing a whack ton of damage. Alright, so there we go, more spontaneous combustion. You still also want movement speed. I did completely forget about that, because again, going in through the overlord cycles, movement speed is also key to survivability, because you do want to make sure you are able to move out of all of these area of effects. And after, I would say, Overlord 5, it does become completely ridiculous in terms of surviving and how much you actually have to dodge. So if you're not instantly killing things, they will instantly kill you if you don't use the Shield War Paladin build or Barbarian build that we have played in the past. If you haven't seen the video, or if YouTube decided that you weren't good enough to get the recommendation, then we will link it down in the comment section. We also did a really good Sentinel build yesterday, which didn't seem to get recommended a lot, so I will link it down in the description as well. And also just make sure to support me. If you guys enjoyed the video so much, make sure you do hit that like button. I really do appreciate the likes, as well as some comments down below. So this is one of my favorite meme builds. There is a second one we will be doing. I'm either going to do it Tuesday or on next week Sunday. I haven't really decided just yet, but it is a very strong one, and it is something that people have been using for ages, since the inception of the game. So it is something that a lot of people know about yet. Not too many details given over here, got to keep you interested, and then we will take a look at it when we get to that build. But I mean, it is a 6 skill build, so making it on a Silly Saturday really does make a lot of sense. But just like today's Silly Saturday, it does kind of work super well on your Curse 48 or tier 7 Curse runs. So really cool, really easy to set this up as well. Again, we just started on the video at the Overlord cycle because why not? We can, and it doesn't really make too much of a difference on whether or not we did or didn't, but very strong. You could grab Fire Shield as well for the burn. We're not going to, it's not really necessary, and then we can just grab another Doom 2 Days, because why not? We are on 120% crit chance and then 400% crit damage. If you did want this to be a really strong build as well, you could go complete fire, and then you don't need like your singular focus and unconventional start. You could just run your crit mastery and the vulnerable exploit as well, and then you'll be doing a lot more damage. You don't even need the vulnerable exploit. The crit's very easy to get, especially if it is going to be a Overlord cycle run. So critical mastery is fantastic to grab, because that is over 100% extra critical damage that we are getting. But that's the run. Very quick, very simple, and very high in damage as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.